Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Third term, grade 4 revision sheet. We change the color of the cell from what in Excel? Fill with color. Okay. Where is fill with color? Here is a cell, and from home I can use any color from here. Okay. Back to the questions. We read the active cell name from what in Excel? Name box. Here in Excel, here is the name box. If I click on any cell, its name will appear here. Which one can be ahead of the colon? It's A. Why? Because here the columns we have letters only, we don't have numbers. In Microsoft Excel, any cell name should start with, here if I click on any cell and here is a name, it starts with a letter then number, letter then number. So it starts with letter. We can add border from which group in Excel. Okay. Here is a cell, and here from here we can add the border. Okay. This is the font group. Each function should start with what in Excel? Here I want to make a function. For example, here I have 2 and here I have 3. If I want to make a function or formula, a formula equals this cell plus this cell. So I start with equal. If I use a function like sum, here sum, and I select the area that contains the values and I click enter, here it starts with equal also. So answer is equal. We can select AutoSum from which group in Excel. Okay, here is Excel, and here we can select AutoSum from here. Okay, editing. We can change the worksheet name from what? Here is the sheet name. If I right click and here I will find rename. Okay, so it's rename. Equals A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. This is example of what? This is a formula. Equals the sum of A1 to A20. This is example of function. By default, when you open Excel, a worksheet contains how many sheets? Here, when I started Excel, I have one sheet only. In Excel, name box is present above what? Which heading? Here is the name box. Okay, it's here above the column heading. In Excel, which bar shows the data and formulas entered in active cell? Here is the active cell, for example, and here is the formula. So this is the formula bar. And here I have data, it appears here also. So this is the formula bar. I don't have anything called function bar or something like this. Sometimes we like to see if my student really know the name of the tool or not. But the name here is formula bar. Which bar changes the shown part of the screen? Here, from here, you can go up and down. If you click, you will go down. or you can go up. From here you can go to the right side and go to the left side. So these are the scroll bars. Okay, scroll bar. Which program allows you to store, organize, and calculate data? If we talk about calculations, so this is Excel. If we talk about documentation, this is Word. If we talk about presentation, this is PowerPoint. The intersection between cell and row is, intersection between column and row is a cell. Here, this is cell, this is column, this is row. So the intersection between column and row is cell. Is a group of contiguous cells uh, which form a shape of rectangle. It's a range. If I select some area like this is a range. Shift the cell pointer to the row's first cell. Here I have not only the row, it's the whole sheet. Here I am. If I press Control Home from my keyboard, Control Home, it will jump to the first cell in this sheet. If I press Control End, it will go to the last cell in this sheet. So here, Control to the first one, it's Control Home, last one is Control End. Which button places the content in the center of the cell? Merge and center. If I have some cell here, okay, or more than one cell, and I merge them together, now they are merged and centered. So if I write something here, it will be centered. Of course, if you want to be centered horizontally and vertically at the same time, you should click here. But here, this one, it will make the data centered horizontally. A worksheet becomes active by clicking on which tab? On the sheet tab, the sheet name. If I have more than one sheet, like this, and I want to activate the first sheet, I click here. Microsoft Excel, which button is used to perform additions of a range of cells? Here some students will be confused a little with this question. In Excel, I have this menu that contains many functions. Some students click on the menu from outside, from here. Look, if I did not click yet, what do you see? Alt plus equal. This is sum. This is the name of the function that will be used. Okay. And if I click inside, I have many functions. So if I want to get the total, I will click on sum. Okay. So this is the correct button, sum. And if, for example, I will click here, let me write some values. And here in this colored cell, I want to get the total, so I will click here and select sum. Okay, and press enter. Here is the total, the sum. So the answer is sum. True or false? The easy question. In Excel, we can change the color of the cell. Of course, this is true. In Excel, we can write the name in different color. True, of course. Anything written in active cell, we can see in formula bar. True. We cannot change the color of cell to black. This is false because we can use any color. A is the heading of row. False. Because row takes a number, column takes letter. The head of any row should be a number. True. A6 is valid. Valid means correct. name of a cell, true. 66M is invalid name of a cell, true. It's not correct. In Microsoft Excel, we can add border to the top of the cell only. Look, this question is a little confusing. Here I have a cell, okay? I will add a border to the top only. Look, I made a border on top only. So if you see the cell now, I added a border to the top only. So it's true, I can make it. But some students read this question in a different way. They read it, I am allowed to add a border to the top only, so I am not allowed to add to any place. So according to your understanding of the question, you will select true or false. But try to be sure of your answer. I mean, can you write something here extra beside your answer? For example, if you write true, okay, so can you write something here? Let me click here and write because I make one, because I can make one border only. I don't have to make borders from everywhere around this cell. This question is a little confusing, so for me, if you write true and write this comment, I will give you the mark. If you write false, you should write why false. For example, here, if you say false, false means, if false, you will write something like, because I can make borders everywhere. Okay, but you don't have to worry about this question, because for me I will accept any answer you write. Okay, if you write true, I will give you the mark. If you write false, I will give you the mark also. Next question. Microsoft Excel is the most suited program for documentation. Of course, this is false. This question is, the answer is false. Let me click on typewriter. Why? Because documentation we use Microsoft Word. Calculations we use Excel. A sheet tab cannot be renamed. Of course, this is false because we can rename the sheet tab. Some function is used to find some values. Some values. Some function is used to some values. This is true. Sum is the total. Sum means total. Formulas must begin with question mark. Of course, this is false, because all functions and formulas begin with equal. We can change the color of the sheet tab. Yes, this is true. Here is the sheet tab. If I right click, tab color, and I can select any color from here. And this one, I will make it red. See, I can change the color of the sheet tab. Okay. A workbook can contain any number of worksheets. Yes, you can add any number of worksheets. Just click plus and a new sheet will be added. Some function gives us the biggest number. Of course, this is false. Some will give us the total. But if you want to get the biggest number, we use the function max. Okay, here is the function max. If I have some numbers here, like this number, and you want to get the maximum number, the biggest number, I will select max. Okay, here it is. Next, there are three types of data can be entered in Excel: worksheet, numbers, text, formulas. This is correct. True. I can write my name, I can write a number, and I can write a formula to make some computation. Text data is not used in calculations. Text data is not used in calculations. That's true, because we calculate numbers, add, multiply, whatever. You can save worksheet from file tab. This is correct. Here is the Excel, and from file you can select save or save as. Save or save as. We finished answering all the questions. Don't be confused with this question. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, but the best answer is true. Okay, and because this question is a little confusing, let me delete this answer. For my students, I would accept any answer they write. Okay, thank you so much, and I wish you get the full mark, inshallah.